Good morning, Year 6. Happy Thursday. Thursday night footy on tonight. I know I'm excited. Our joke for today, how do billboards talk to each other?
How?
Sign language.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. They're getting better as the week goes on, Mr. Mark.
I think they're so bad, they're good.
I think that's the thing. They are so bad. All right, we're going to move into our literacy contract work. Just a reminder, make sure you keep handing it in. You're getting really good at handing in these literacy contracts each day. And just make sure you get those star tasks done. Reminder that if you are in a meeting with a reading group meeting, you only have to do one task that day.
Just like we're in school. If you're doing a reading with the teacher, you're going to have to do one other task. All right, so shared reading for today, guys. One thing that is really powerful and really important whenever you're doing any type of news article is the use of quotes. Now, when we've been reading through this text about the Olympic high jumpers healing the world and other Olympic highlights, they have used a lot of quotes and they have been used really, really well. One of the ones that I thought was really important was when they were talking about the emotion between Barsham and Tambury when they got gold, and how Tambury explained, after my injuries, I just wanted to come back, but now I have this gold. It's incredible. These quotes really add to that text and make it even better than what it would be if the quotes weren't in there. Quotes are really important because they come directly from people who are involved with the situation or the event, and it gives us a bit more context, a bit more understanding about the people's feelings or their thoughts about it. So throughout this text, they have used a lot of quotes from the people that are involved with it, mainly from Tambury and from Barsham. So what we want you guys to do is that, other than this section about Barsham and Tambury, we want you guys to have a flick through and have a look at some of the quotes that other people have used in the different sections here. What you need to do is that you need to find examples of quotes and how the author has used them really effectively. So you can have a scan through. You can start at either, not that one. You guys can start at either what happened, have a look through maybe Peter Bol, have a look through Incredible Italy, or have a look through Bronze Party for Barty. And we want you guys to find some examples of some quotes that have been used in that text and how they're being used to try and make the text better. And just put them onto the following slide here.
And that moves us into our writing. So in our writing, we're moving into our body. And so we're looking at exactly what you were just looking at in the shared reading. So we want you to think about, in the body of the text, you're looking at the important facts and you're looking at quotes. So each section, I don't want to say paragraph, each section has a fact or uses a quote. So in our first, I was going to point at the screen. You can't see me do that. In the first body paragraph, the fact is that the best clearance that they made was 2.37 meters. And then they've created a sentence around that. But when they've created that sentence, they're trying to still hook in this reader. So then the next one, they're talking about bronze medal in London 2012, and they're looking at silver in Rio 5 years ago. So again, that's the facts, and they've created a sentence around that. The next one is about the fact that they had an ankle injury in 2018, created a sentence around that. And then the next paragraph is, no, Mrs. Moore, not a paragraph. The next section is a quote from the actual person. So if you can, and then another quote again. So if you can see, they've used facts, 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 quote, quote. So we want you to think about, how can you do this? Mr. Martin, we have 3 days to do this, don't we?
Correct.
So we've got 3 days to do this body. So in these 3 days, Mr. Martin, can you go back to the slides for me? Okay. So we want you to think about, what are some of the important facts about your event, and create a sentence, an engaging sentence around that. Think about some quotes that you could use. You're wanting to expand on the event that's happened. So just like they were expanding on the event of those 2 men getting the gold medal, expanding on what they've done previously, expanding on how high they jumped, expanding on their previous achievements. That's what you need to be thinking about for yours as well. Now,
Well,
again, I was going to say, again, Mr. Munn, if they need any help in thinking about ideas, make sure you contact one of us teachers, and we're more than happy to have that conversation with you.
yeah. Like you said, Mrs. Moore, like just the example here where they're talking about Barsham, who's 30, they haven't just like listed like a short sentence. It's not even like, just like a dot point. They've tried to make it into like you said, a little section. It's almost like a mini paragraph almost. Like they said, Barsham, 30, they're telling us how old he is, has completed a full house of Olympic medals. They haven't just said like he's got a bronze, a silver, and now a gold medal. They've tried to put it into that like sentence, into that like mini paragraph, into that section to make
They've
it more
made it
engaging.
engaging, haven't they?
Yeah.
A full house of Olympic medals. They just haven't said he has 2 Olympic medals.
Yeah, they haven't said he has a bronze, he has a silver. They've tried to make it engaging for us.
That's exactly right.
And as well as that, they actually added more information about where he got those medals from. Like I said, he has got bronze medal in the London Games in 2012 and silver in Rio 5 years ago.
So got these facts and then created an engaging sentence around that.
Yeah.
So we've got written down there, you've got 3 days to do this. So you've got Thursday, and then we've got something different for Friday. So stay tuned for that. And then Monday, Tuesday next week.
That will take us into maths for today. So just as like we always said before, make sure that you are doing one warm-up activity on a typical study ladder. We're looking at something called compound shapes today, Year 6. Now, it's really important that you must watch this video down here, from YouTube that I've created, and it explains to you how we find the volume and the capacity of compound shapes. So what you'll need to do is that you'll need to watch that video, click on this link, and it'll take you to a doc. Now, like I've said before, you're not going to be able to work directly into this doc. You're going to have to put your working out on the following slide here. So what you'll need to do is that you'll need to find out how do we find the volume and then the capacity of compound shapes. And then what you will need to do is that you'll need to use that multiplication of length times width times height to find the volume and then convert it into its capacity. So have a look through those shapes there. If you have any questions, make sure that you send Mrs. Moore and I an email, and we'll try and help you out as much as we can for it.
Yeah. All right, that takes us into our history. So on Monday, we looked at Aboriginal human rights, and we looked at that referendum. So today we want you to watch this next video, and it's about the Aboriginal people in the 1960s. So you need to remember that referendum was in 1967. So this video is about the Aboriginal people in the 1960s. So there's a bit of change happening right now. So we want you to watch the video, and then we want you to rewatch it, particularly in the first 3 minutes of the video. What was life like for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the 1960s?
Prior to the 1967 referendum.
Prior to the 1967 referendum. And then we want you to listen to the lady who's talking. She's telling you about what life was like. So we really want you to listen, pause it, and then write in dot points on the next slide. And then how fair do you think the Aboriginal people were treated in the early 20th century? So the early 20th century is the 1900s to 1999. How do you think the Aboriginal people were treated during that time?
Maybe there might have been a little bit of change that happened, like maybe things started to get a little bit better. But I want you guys to tell us, how fairly do you think they were treated throughout that time period? And you can put your answers on the following slide here.
All right, have a great day, Year 6. We'll see you at our 9:30 Zoom meeting.
See you there.
Bye.